Say what needs to be said. It's your host, your big dog. You already know, Mr. Pick Six, Asante Samuel. I'm in the building, man. How y'all doing out there today? It's Tuesday and we live in effect. Usually I'm on Mondays, but this Monday I had to miss because I got something special going on. Got something special going on for all the people out there that's been asking for a while. How does Asante Samuel get all these interceptions? How did he do it? So I'm finally putting my course together, putting these game plans and I'm going over each coverage. I'm going over every coverage, you play cover 0, cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, all the techniques, off coverage, press coverage, quick jam, cover 5 trap, and so on and so forth. So I've been working, man. I've been working. A few of the guys been out there representing the art of interception with me. And we got it coming to y'all soon. So that's why I'm here on a Tuesday instead of Monday, baby. The art of the interception is finally here. And it's coming to light, man. I can't wait to bring this to you, man, and to all, coaches, players, athletes. Anyone is going to be able to use this and learn from this because there's an art to getting the ball and intercepting the ball. And it's not just something you run across and the ball ends up in your hand. You know what I mean? So, shout out to everybody in the comments. Y'all keep it coming. Where you from? Let me know. We're gonna chop it up together. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna get back to y'all. Where you from? Okay. Eagles DB coach. I know that's right. But when I put out the art of interception, like I said, this is for the coaches, players, and whoever you can get. You can develop any player to be a pretty good cornerback or the best cornerback that they possibly could be. You know what I mean? Because, I'm breaking it down. You got to be athletic, explosive, and all those things. So we got that coming, man. So I'm excited. And that's why I'm late. Hey, the funny part about it, man, my guys out there, we played in the early 2000s and stuff like that. So I pulled my quad. I'm a man down 2 days in a row. I was putting in 4 hours of work, doing the drills, breaking and everything. And then my homie, man, pulled his hamstring. Dang. 2 of us down. We down, ain't it cute, boy? Boy, we down bad, boy. It was hurting out there, but we put that work in. So I'm excited. I'm gonna have a trailer soon, and I'm gonna be excited to share that with y'all. So y'all gonna definitely give me y'all feedback and let me know how y'all feel about that. But let's get into this thing, man. Happy to see y'all. What's up, man? What's up, baby? I see you in the building. All right, Caleb Williams. Y'all already know Caleb Williams. He's expected to be the #1 draft pick of the Chicago Bears, which is widely speculated by many folks in the NFL. They already traded Justin Fields, so you know what I mean? And the thing about it, when you widely expected to be the #1 pick and you end up being the #1 pick, when you come to this new team, Caleb will be considered the leader of this team, and he will be handed the keys to this team from the time he stepped in the Bears facility, right? Now, do we expect him to go out there and go crazy his first year? Do y'all expect that? Yeah. Yeah, when you the #1 pick, the expectations are through the roof. So all the hype and the hula that's going around him, yes, you got to go out there and represent. And this team wants to see what you got and who you are. And if you are him and the person to turn this franchise around and lead this franchise to glory and success. So there's a lot of things to be determined and got to find out about Caleb Williams, right? And you could also be drafted. You can also be drafted and the team don't receive you well because of your personality, your ego, all the hype and hoopla that's going around. And, people don't really like all that. You got some people that's low key. They like to handle their business. They don't like all that, hype and hula and all that good stuff. And you got some players that receive it well. You know what I mean? And we see that Caleb Williams is one of those players. So he's going to come with a lot of notoriety, a lot of hype and all that stuff. The Jets turned on Zach Wilson just like that, right? So I'm leading in the sun. Because I don't know if y'all heard, but the Bears cornerback, Jalen Johnson, calls out Caleb Williams. And basically Jalen Johnson tells Caleb Williams to keep that Hollywood mess away from the Bears and don't bring that here. Basically telling him, come in here ready to work, earn your position, earn your stake on the team, and earn your respect. My problem and my question is Jalen Johnson overstepping his boundaries? Is this man overstepping his boundaries, calling out the future franchise quarterback? Because I've been around and I've seen things like this transpire many, many, and many of times. Are you calling out the future franchise quarterback of the team? Who do you think you are? You better be him or somebody that contributes to this team in a major way, because this can come with huge implications and consequences by calling out the future #1 quarterback. You understand? This is still a young man. He don't even know what he's getting himself into, and he's being attacked already by his future teammates. And this is a cornerback. A cornerback, he just got paid, just signed a pretty hefty deal. He had his best season. But I know when you sign that new contract, you begin to feel empowered. You're starting to feel like I'm one of the guys and I'm the leader on the team, right? And I can make these comments because I want to better my team. I want my team to be successful and go to the top. But at the same time, you just put a target on your back. You just put a target on your back every day you step in these facilities, go to practice, preseason games or whatever. You have to show up and show out. What you did last year don't matter no more. So you having 4 interceptions last year, they need 8 because you just called out a franchise quarterback. And he may not receive that so well. So now you got to put in overtime, Jalen Williams. Now they want to see you step up and show out and come up big. Because guess what? What if Caleb Williams come to the Bears organization hitting on all cylinders? And he's the guy, right? And they believe in him, and they feel like he's the future of this team, right? And the team is doing well, the winning record and all these things. And guess what? He think about these previous comments that this cornerback, Jalen Williams, that ain't doing nothing on our team at this moment, he made about me. He still remembers, right? And now guess what? If Caleb Williams decide that and he have these type of ill will feelings that was previously made, guess who will end up being the casualty of war? It won't be Caleb Williams. It will be Jalen. I mean, it won't be Caleb. It will be Jalen Williams. I mean, Jalen Johnson. Sorry, I keep calling him. It's Jalen Johnson is the cornerback for the Chicago Bears. The casualty of war will be Jalen Johnson. It definitely won't be Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is the future, and he's going to be there at least for a few years, 2 or 3 years, no matter how good or how bad he does. You know what I mean? Let me read your comment real quick. Yeah, man, shout out to my cousin, Lou Sasser. He shared that live with me. He is on the live as well. All right. Should the cornerback be cut? I don't know, man. No, not right now. Not right now. You can't cut him right now. These are just preseason comments. This is part of offseason. And both players still has to go out there each year and prove himself. Jalen Johnson and Caleb Williams, right? So like I said, Caleb Williams, he's not going nowhere for a few years. So you got to understand that. So the point of this is, right, you have to understand your position in life. You have to know when and when not to speak. Like I said, Jalen Johnson is feeling himself. He just signed a huge contract, and now he's feeling like one of the guys, the top guy, because that's normal feeling. That's how it goes. When you're fighting so hard, you're on a rookie deal, you're being treated like a rookie, and then boom, you have that big new contract. Now you're feeling like one of the guys, the leader, or one of the important guys on this team, one of the franchise players on this team. So now I want to show my leadership. I want to, show this organization who I really am. Or are you just feeling in your ego that I'm much more powerful? I'm that guy, and I need to speak up. But like I said, sometimes that noise can catch up with you, getting beside yourself, right? But the path is clear. The path is clear. Justin Fields is no longer a Chicago Bear, and yeah, they're going to get a quarterback with that #1 pick. and it seems like it's going to be Caleb Williams. But I want to see how this is going to pan out for Jalen Johnson. I'm not want to speak on his play and say what type of cornerback he was, and all those things. He had a pretty good year, which is his best year last year. But hey, man, target's on his back, man. You got to stand up, baby. You know what I mean? Say what needs to be said. There's a lot of things to say, boy. There's a lot been going on since, this weekend. Me recording the art of interception. Man, I'm excited about that thing. Man down, my thighs down, right? Who is the best cornerback in the league right now? In my opinion, right now, based on last year it was DeRon Bland. Ain't no way around it. He had an all-pro defensive player of the year. Now, when we got to the playoffs, that was a different story, right? We get to the playoffs, each season is different. You got the preseason, you got the regular season, you got the playoff season. Playoff season, he was definitely not the best cornerback in the NFL. But during the season, DeRon Bland, hands down, he killed it. I like what Derek Stingley did over there. Derek Stingley had an amazing season as well. So those two of the guys that were the top corners, in my opinion, this year. You got to get the ball. They can make up a lot of things about you and create this great player by saying these players are doing this and doing that. And yeah, the fans and everybody goes with it. But at the end of the day, creating turnovers for your team is what it's all about. And that's why I had to. And before I'm dead and gone, and before life is over with on this earth, I had to put out this tape so people can understand how to get this ball. You know what I mean? Because even the coaches, this is for coaches, players, athletes, this is everybody. You got to understand, even the coaches don't really understand how to get the ball. If they never got the ball, they don't really understand. You can develop it and learn it, but if nobody's teaching the correct way, how do you learn it and develop it? So, even my peers that I play with in college and stuff like that, they're in the NFL coaching right now. So I'm going to put this tape out. Everybody can get it. I mean, it's drills, it's positioning, it's leverage, it's everything. You know what I mean? So let's get the ball. Ramsey fifth at best. Ramsey missed a lot of football last year, but when he came in strong. He still has the skills and athletic ability and things like that to possibly be the best cornerback in the NFL, but your production matters. And production matters. So those were the two most productive guys in the NFL. Ain't no way around it, right? So let's get in some Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. Y'all ain't hear about Coach Prime. Coach Prime is being him. That's who he is. Coach Prime is him, and he's a marketing guru. He loves marketing. He loves attention. That's what it is. That's what Coach Prime is. Ain't no way about it. You know what I mean? Ain't no way around it. Coach Prime says Sheduer Sanders and Travis Hunter won't play for certain teams in the NFL. And he is expecting both of these players to be top 5 picks in the 2025 NFL draft, right? Now, we still have to see how that goes and that pans out about the draft and stuff like that. They are tremendous talents. We all know that. They are tremendous talents, and they will be very good NFL players. But predictions and stuff like that is just a prediction. Now, you know what I mean? Now, them not going to certain teams, I want to know. Y'all let me know in the comment how y'all feel about this too. Will this be the new wave in the NFL? These draft picks determine if they are going to this team, to the team that they are drafted by. Is this the new wave? Will this end up being the new wave? Because you got to understand, all these kids that enter in the NFL draft now, they are all transfer portal babies, right? And they're used to different teams and things not going their way. They can get out of there. So is this the new wave? And is this becoming a thing in the NFL? Is Coach Prime help setting the trend and starting this pioneering this thing? You know what I mean? Because with Coach Prime, hold on, let me get my train of thought. Woo. Now, so when Coach Prime is speaking about these his players, his sons, we're gonna say his sons, Sheduer and Travis Hunter, he looks at Travis Hunter as his son, and a lot of these different players. And I want to know, what teams do y'all think Coach Prime is talking about when he says these kids, meaning Sheduer and Travis Hunter, won't play for certain teams? What teams y'all think he's talking? I got one in mind right off the rip, and I'm going with Green Bay. Green Bay right off the rip. He's just like, man, I'm not sending my kids to Green Bay. Y'all drafted to Green Bay. Stop. Do not pass go. We are not going. Because he feels like it's harder to be successful in a place like Green Bay. It's colder. The environment, I mean, it's not the typical down south kid environment. So there's a lot of hurdles and things you got to jump in and cross to adapt to the culture and deal with that slithering cold. Oh my, jeez. That cold. I'm speaking from experience. A down South Florida kid, born and raised in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, goes to college in Florida, never really experienced in the world, never really got to see anything, and drafted to New England Patriots. It was a culture shock for me. It was an experience I had to overcome. Now, I'm a dog. When you're a dog, you're a dog. You're going to figure it out. You're going to get to it because your life depends on it. And my life depended on it because I didn't want to be sent back to my situation in my environment the way I left. I want to come back bigger and better than ever. So if you got that dog in you, it don't matter what environment you go to, you're going to adapt and do you. But I understand what Coach Prime is understanding. He wants to help and help set his kids up to be successful. And like I say, Green Bay, Chicago, as far as the quarterback position, is definitely harder to be successful with. That win in Chicago, trying to throw that ball through that wind, whoo, boy, let me tell you, good luck. Good luck, you know what I mean? Now, we can all say whatever we want about Coach Prime and how he does his business, meaning like marketing himself and his kids and you know, basically bringing attention and limelight to his situation and whatever he has going on. A lot of y'all may not understand and know who Coach Prime is. The one thing I respect about Coach Prime, that's been him since day one, since he was drafted in the 90s. So one thing we have to respect that, you know, Coach Prime and his marketing abilities. That's who he is. He's not putting on no show. He's not trying to step out of his boundaries and act like somebody he's not. This is who he is, and this is what he loves to do. And everyone that's around him embraces this, right? So you come to Coach Prime, this is what you're going to get. Don't come to Coach Prime if you don't want to be all, you know, you coach all in the video, you know, your name all in the limelight, bringing attention to yourself. You scared of that pressure. You scared that coach is calling me out, telling everybody how good I am, but I might not perform. So that might not be the place for you. You understand? But for the players that it is, I can see this being a wonderful situation. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you have a coach, a well-known, respected coach, a Hall of Famer that is standing 10 toes down for you and telling you, don't go to this team because the environment, the atmosphere, the state, the city, it's not set up for you to be successful. It's hard. You know what I mean? I want to send you somewhere where I know it's going to be easier for you to be successful. So, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. You know what I mean? Like I say, for me, no matter where I landed, I was going to get there. And I'm a dog. I gotta adjust. I gotta figure it out and make it happen because all of us aren't top 5 picks. You know, that's just the truth. So, you know, that's the thing about it. You know, at the end of the day, let that dog mentality show and go make that money. You know what I mean? You know. But, you know, the good thing about it is, the great thing about this is there's 32 teams ready to draft players. There are 32 teams looking to draft players to make their team better. So that's the great thing about it. So if you got 2 teams you turn down, 2 or 3 teams that don't like you, like your energy, like your swag, like your vibe, like my coach, like my dad, like my agent, there's 30, 29, 28 more teams that are looking for a great athlete, an athlete that's going to turn this team around. You know what I mean? So at the same time, hey, some people may not like it, but there will be teams and people that does like it. So at the end of the day, Coach Prime, you know, we got to clap it up for Coach Prime. However it turns out, that's on the player. You got to take it as, you know, this is a boost in your marketing career, your name, image, and likeliness. You know, Coach Prime is going to boost that through the roof. And that doesn't do nothing but help bring more money to your pockets. You understand? So, shout out to Coach Prime, Sheduer Sanders, and Travis Hunter. They've been riding with him. They've been high school with him. Well, his sons and stuff. Travis Hunter went to Jackson State with him. Now he's at Colorado. He believed from the beginning. That was a true believer. So, I mean, I hope everything works out and goes great for those guys. And they are tremendous athletes. You know what I mean? So shout out to Coach Prime. What we got in the comments? Man, shout out, man. Stop that, Bailey. No Diddy, man. Stop that, Bailey. No Diddy. No Diddy. Coach Prime wasn't with no Diddy, man. Stop that, man. Y'all stop that in the comments. Now, man, they finally did it, man. We talked about it. We previously talked about the NFL and this hip drop tackle, man. They finally did it. They couldn't hold back. Every year, the NFL, the owners, they get together and they have to change rules. It's just how it goes in the NFL. They have to change some type of rules. And now the hip drop tackle has finally been banned. The 2024 season, I'm predicting now, 2024 season will be the first season a single team scores 100 points in one game in the new era, the modern era. The 2024 season will be the first year one team scores 100 points in an NFL game. It's going down because you're banning the hip drop tackle. Basically, when somebody breaks in front of you, you can't grab them from behind and pull your body weight down. No matter how much bigger the guy is than you, no matter how much stronger the guy is than you, you have to now figure out how to sacrifice your body and get a big, strong, powerful human down that is probably bigger and stronger than oneself, especially as cornerbacks. And now this is just such a shame for us defensive players, man. Us defensive players. Now, it gives them the opportunity just to take money away from us. Go in our pocket, just take checks, just every time you get paid. Now you have to put in your budget. Every time I get paid, I'm going to say $50,000 to $100,000 getting deducted from my check because I have to figure out how to tackle without doing the hip drop tackle. That means anytime someone gets in front of me, how do I get them down? You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I'm trying to pull the shirt to pull him back, why does the coach look at me in the meeting room? I'm here trying to win me a job. I'm new to this team. I'm not an established player. I don't have a new contract. Now, how does this team and this coach look at me? How do you teach new techniques to not hip drop tackle? You understand? This just seems like a gimmick, a way to, like I say, control the narrative, put a lot of points on the board, and take money away from players. You know what I mean? As the money gets higher and higher, they continue to look at our money like it's monopoly money, and finding $40,000 is nothing. Where in the world, anybody getting fined over $10,000 at a regular job, and your job is just taking your money? You understand what I'm saying? That is just crazy. What up, Brian? Yeah, man. He asked, is it hard to be an elite corner in the NFL with all these rule changes? So the rule changes started when I was in the NFL in the 2004-2005 season, when they basically was stopping us from putting our hands on receivers. You understand what I'm saying? So, and to answer your question, no, man, it's never that the rules are never too tough to be an elite cornerback, unless they saying you can't touch the ball or get the ball. The ball is in the air. The ball is free will. Whoever can go get the ball, go get the ball. They're not changing rules from stopping players and cornerbacks, DBs from intercepting the ball. It's just a lost art. That's why I have to come out with the art of interception, because if I'm dead and gone, man, ain't no telling how people will try to put the technique out there and say and establish this is the correct way to do techniques, and none of them intercepted the ball. Nobody has the 50 interceptions in a 16-game season like your boy Mr. Pick Six. That's just the truth. I'm not here to brag. So being an elite corner, man, it's all about getting the ball. If you know how to get the ball, you're an elite corner, right? Marcus Peters, man. Marcus Peters, man, you know, like I say, shout out to DeAndre, the people in the chat. Marcus Peters, he played for Baltimore, the Raiders. He had a lot of interceptions, but he gave up a lot of passes. I'm not saying just because you intercept the ball, you give up passes. That's not my thing. I didn't give up a lot of passes. I have 7 interceptions and only giving up 149 yards for the season. So when I speak about interceptions, that don't mean you giving up the ball. But the point is, intercept the ball more than you give up the ball. You understand? Everybody gives up a little something. Unless your defense is just all around immaculate in every position, that pass rush is just that deadly. Every team, every cornerback, every position is going to give up plays and give up the ball. They are great athletes just as we are, and they get paid the same way we do. They put on their clothes the same way we do. They bleed the way I do. So you got to expect that. That's going to happen, man. You know, that's going to happen. But so that's my thoughts on the hip drop tackle. They finally banned it, and this is going to lead to more and more, obviously, more and more scores in the NFL. So everybody with your parlays and your betting and your online, games and stuff like that, high-scoring games, get ready for it. But, the gambling, the house money going to already know that be on top of that. So be ready for all these outrageous spreads and ridiculous things that looks ridiculous in the first week, you understand? But then they gonna catch on, you know what I mean? All right, Vince Young, man. My boy Vince Young, my ex-teammate. If y'all haven't seen, Vince Young was in a bar in Houston. I think it was called the Tokyo Bar in Houston, and got into a little squabble. And my man was sucker punched and laid out. Man, he got caught with a clean one. And sometimes you got to just mind your business. And they say the owner of the bar said it all escalated from some words and, I don't know, talking about each other, and some little petty stuff. But when I saw the video, it was like, Vince Young, what are you doing? It was like he was turned into an offensive lineman. And he was he was like just pushing the crowd. It was like 3 people just pushing them back. Like, what are you doing? And another case of mind your business. He's right in the thick of things, trying to break stuff up. And out of nowhere, boom, hit him with a sucker punch, hit him and dropped him. Now, Vince Young is a big guy, if y'all understand. At least 6'3", maybe 6'4". In this day and age, he's got to be at least 250 or more, 250 plus. And he got hit solid, dead in the chin. And man, Vince Young, I don't know, man. Like I say, a simple case of mind your business. Because he could have simply mind his business, but I don't know what Vince Young was doing up in the fight, but maybe it was a heckler got to him. Vince Young, he got attitude, if y'all don't know. Texas guy. Shout out to Texas. Where y'all from? Let me know in the comments where y'all from. Shout out to Texas, man. Like I said, Texas guys, man, y'all rough. Y'all get down. Y'all do y'all thing. It's the South. It's part of the South. You understand? So Vince Young, man, stay away from the hecklers, man. Stay out of trouble. Or I'm not saying you was in trouble or you caused any trouble, but trouble finds us. We're popular. People know who we are. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves. And Vince Young, mind your business. If you see something escalate, we gonna get out of there. Unless it's the homies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got cold caught. But let's move on to another fellow cornerback. Cam Sutton, man. Gosh, Cam Sutton is still a wanted man, right? He still hasn't been taken into custody after alleged incident, domestic violence incident that happened in Florida. You know what's so crazy about this as I'm finding out the story? First of all, what an idiot. Just ruin your life, right? But it seems like he had wind of things that was going on because he was in the Lions facility when the warrant was issued and he found out he had a warrant in Florida. And the executives and the owners and the people that make the decisions for Lions got wind of the news while he was in the facilities and was able to go down there and talk to him. And from what I'm hearing, it sounded like they knew he wasn't ready to turn himself in. So they had to do what they had to do and release him. All this is alleged, right? You understand what I'm saying? So, that was a crazy situation, right? And I know he's has this feeling. He's somewhere reflecting, sitting in a dark room, just everything is just, head is heavy, shoulders heavy, just reflecting, crying his heart out. Eyes are just bulging, just crying, just reflecting on the crazy and poor decisions he made to ruin his life. A split-second decision. I'm sure it was a split-second decision. Some little chick that probably don't even like him that much, just there because of who he is, man, and he can't see the difference. But that split-second decision now has ruined his life. And I know he's somewhere reminiscing, reflecting, trying to analyze this whole situation that he's in. And now he's on the run. Like I said, we have to, not just us athletes, we have to hold ourselves to the highest standard, because we got to understand the NFL, this is a privilege. This is one of the best jobs, if not the best job to have in the world. This is a freaking privilege to be associated with the NFL brand. Now, I know it's human nature. All of us, we take things for granted in life. Understand what I'm saying? But we can't take things for granted where we are jeopardizing our life in split-second decisions. And it seems like it's a common thing. It's the same thing. This damn pussy, alcohol seems like always involved with these crazy things, and pussy always get us caught up. And that's what it seemed like. We can't control ourselves. We got this money and feel like we powerful, and we probably want to control some of these women. And this dang JJ got us going crazy. When our players are going to understand this is a privilege, and they do not have to tolerate and deal with any of this. You understand? And the NFL is going to protect their brand at all costs. We are just small fish in the sea when it comes to this big NFL brand. And soon as they're coming down, like I said, I was reading up on the Lions and their new rules and things like that. They have a zero tolerance policy. Their policy is zero tolerance. So you're a casualty of war, another casualty of war. You're an example. They just made an example of a veteran quarterback on the team that got a new contract, and he's a veteran on this team. Now, how do we learn from this? It's just, you have to understand the position you're in life and the consequences that come with your actions. I don't think that's what we understand. Me, I always, in the split-second situations, I'm always thinking about the consequences, the after effect. What can happen if I react and do something that I normally wouldn't do? You understand what I'm saying? You have to think further than your situation that's at hand. And that's how you can understand it and do better. You understand what I'm saying? So Cam Sutton and a lot of us NFL players, we deal with, CTE and the concussions and the banging on our heads and stuff like that. But this man is still on the run. Why hasn't he turned himself in? What do y'all say about that? Like, what do you think he is going through right now as we speak and not turning himself in? Because you still have an opportunity to get you some legal counsel, try to fix the situation, get ahead of it, and, make the best of it. But being on the run does nothing but show your guilt, over and over and over. Like, all this is alleged. Like I said, you have a chance right now to go turn yourself in and get in front of this thing and hopefully join another team. But we're going to catch up with the story and see how it pans out and see what happens, because this is very serious, man. And Josh, I just hate to see our the fellow NFL people, man, go down like this. So, Cam Sutton, man, let's get it together. Now we got everybody understands and see what's going on with Diddy, man, and how crazy Diddy is. No Diddy, man. What is going on with Diddy? And it's another example of what I talked about previously in men and power and our egos. What do we work so hard for? Why do we want to be rich? And it's mostly people want to be rich. Most people want to be rich and obtain all this wealth to obtain more power. They want to have power to control and tell people what to do and have people at their dispense. That's what it seems like. It don't seem like people out here trying to obtain wealth and money to change the world, to make the world a better place. They want to make the world a more filthier place. You understand? And that's just crazy. But I want to say one thing about the Diddy situation. I know it's all coming down on Diddy. And you have to understand, the powers to be has a lot to do with it. You understand? He was trying to, be owners in Ciroc when they, he was just making it seem like he was the owner. But you got to understand, these things don't just happen out of the sky, out of nowhere. He didn't learn this on his own. He was taught this. Diddy was taught whatever is going on, whatever alleged allegations he has done, and the settlements he has done with Cassie and the guy, the producer, Lil Rod. He has learned these things and the tricks of the trade from somewhere and someone else, and it was passed down to him. So right now, man, they going after Diddy, and it's just like I said, it comes down to, what is your personality? Who are you as a person? Because I know right now, coming into wealth and a big contract, you go out there and give every person in America $1 million right now. You're going to see the true self. You're going to see who they really are. And 9 times out of 10, these people are not who you think they are. They're not who we think they are. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. Diddy just so happened to bring out the real character of who he always wanted to be when he came into wealth. Before he went to Howard, and that's the college I think he went to, coming up as a little kid, probably a little nerd, used to get slapped around and beat up and pushed around. And now he has this wealth and this power. And he don't know how to just use it to become better and make the world a better place. He wants to use it to take advantage of people with sick, disgusting ideas and thought process. It's just, wow. Why do we as human and men and women just want to be able to take advantage of people? I don't understand. What is the purpose of being able to take advantage of people? Y'all talk to me. I want to know. Because that's not in my not in my head, not in my ideas, my thought process. I'm not here. I don't want to take advantage of anybody. I want me and anybody I'm doing business with, associated with, be on the same page, and everything we do, we agree on. If we disagree, then we disagree, and we handle it however we handle it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to have control over people because I have money and power and things. I want people to like me for who I am and my personality and the shit I speak and the fire that's coming out of my mouth. You understand what I'm saying? That's just some sick, deranged, horrific thought process trying to, be like that. And I understand that's how the world looks at women and things like that all, our whole life, man. But it's not right. We got to fix it. We got to change it, man. You understand what I'm saying? So Diddy, man, he got a lot going down. They done raided every house, the Miami house, the LA house, and what is another house? This is a New York house, but they done raided everything. And you got to understand, if y'all haven't been keeping up with this and familiar with the lawsuit that's out there, there's something in the house, that was found, and it's going to come to light. And I don't know if the powers to be above him, are they going to come after him or come after the powers to be? Or are they raiding his house to protect the powers to be? Y'all got to understand. Don't get caught up in what you see. Just think further than what you see. Are they raiding P. Diddy's house to protect the powers to be because P. Diddy is going down? You understand? You got to think a little further than what we're seeing sometimes. So that's something to think, and we're gonna find out, and we're gonna see, and because he got tapes in there somewhere, allegedly. He they say he had the thing wired, and you could hear audio from even if you was whispering in the house. So he got the thing mic'd up and audio everywhere, so you can hear everything. And if you sick and depraved like that, that means you keeping some of that stuff because you want memories of these things. You probably like to review it. But what I hate to see that, the innocent, I don't know how innocent they are now, but the kids at one point in their life were innocent young kids. And I only could think, as a father, as a leader, everything I do and learn, my kids are learning at the same time. They're learning these same tricks of the trade, attributes, whatever you call them, not, just to be a business, a successful business person, an entrepreneur, and things like that. But they're also learning the tricks of the trade, which is, man, can go down. This can destroy everyone around. Because as the leader, the powerful leader that Diddy is, he's probably thinking that no matter what he does, he's able to get away with it because he gotten away with so many things over his life. You got the Shine shooting incident. Now things are coming to light. What really happened to that? You have, another shooting incident that happened. You have, the Cassidy incident, that he settled out of court. That has been going on. Him and Cassidy was together for 10 plus years. So imagine how long this stuff been going on. 20 plus years. So there is a trail. When I say a trail, there's a trail that go all the way from South Florida all the way down to LA. And they on the trail. And the FBI, one thing about it, they gonna find it. But like I say, at the end of the day, are they there to protect the powers that be? Or are they there to bring everybody down that was a part of this? Now we as the minorities, our culture, we know we always under attack first. So whatever has been done, and I don't agree with none of this stuff. Take their ass to jail, lock them up, throw away the key, all this crazy shit I'm hearing. If this was true and been going on, yeah. Because I got 5 daughters. So this needs to be protected. Women has to be protected. I don't know what's going on with the men these days and the thought process and the egos of, how we treating women. But we need to, we gotta stand up for our women. Without the woman ain't no us, man. Ain't no us. So, shout out to everybody that's stepping up, coming forward about this P. Diddy situations, and making the world a better place. That's what I like to call it. We're gonna make the world a better place. We don't care who you are, man. We don't care who you are. You ain't doing right out here in this world, you need to go down. Or you need to straighten your shit up. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want to, we got to give some prayers and prayers up for the people in Baltimore. They're going through a crazy situation. The Baltimore bridge, that bridge in Baltimore went down, and that was, man. It was like, what do y'all do? The first thing y'all do when y'all wake up in the morning, me, the first thing I do is I turn on the news because I want to see what's going on in life, right? So I got to see what's going on in life. I'm turning on the news. And I hadn't watched TV that night and things like that. So I wake up and I see this bridge collapsing. And it's like, you kind of, you don't really have your thought process and your mind all together. And he's like, what the heck is going on? And it reminded me of the 9/11 days, September 11th, when I was waking up and I seen the plane crash to a building. And I was just waking up and it was like, what the heck is going on? It reminded me of one of these situations, right? And it's like, unfortunate situation. But to me, the bridge just seemed so flimsy and was able to go down, even though the carriage or the boat that carried all the supplies and stuff like that ran right into the core base of it. But it fell so easy, right? I think it should have been more sturdy than that, or the engineering should have been up to date, or something don't look right. You understand what I'm saying? But for the people in Baltimore, now things will be delayed so much. I mean, they're talking about your Amazon packages ain't coming on time. Your ride share situations. I don't know how important that bridge was, where that bridge led to, but I got to do some more research and find out and dig deep into it. But that's going to delay a lot of folks around there, and that's going to hinder the economy for Baltimore as bad as it is already, man. So, prayers up to the people in Baltimore. I hope they figure this out and get around this catastrophic situation that they're dealing with, because, man, we don't want to have to be dealing with that. People got to go to work. You got school activities, people trying to get scholarships, everybody trying to better their life. And we don't need a bridge stopping us or getting in our way from, us being successful. So, hey, let's get into these comments, man. I see a comment just popped up. Who we got here? T-Dub, 71. Ship lost power twice and ran straight into a beam. Right. So I did hear that. If the ship loses power, what is plan B? Did they have a plan B? You understand what I'm saying? You got this big old cargo ship that weighs 1 million pounds, and just like a plane has 2 engines. If it loses power, what did you do? What is the plan B? Do you throw an anchor in the ocean to make it stop? Do you call alerts for the FBI, the air control or something? But you got to stop the cargo. You got to stop it. You can't allow this to be able to just run into the bridge like that and cause all this ruckus, man. You know what I mean? Or I hit Ricky like that, man. I don't know, man. Ricky, it was just a fun day. I was taking a chance, really, man. I was just taking a chance. But hey, back to the art interception. And y'all spread the word. Y'all let it be known, everybody. Asante has finally did what he said he's going to do. I put this together about, in my mind, 3 years ago. Because when I first came out of NFL, it was so many people. Hey, son, Mr. Pick Six, can you help me get interceptions? How do you get the ball? This and that. Like, I need to get more interceptions. And it was like no one really understood the concept, the art, the technique, the leverage, the positioning, how to intercept the ball. And if they was intercepting the ball, a lot of people were guessing. And then they would give up the double moves, right? So, I got this tape. I finally put it together. Like I said, I'm so excited about it. Man, my brakes are still crisp. The only thing is the muscles. Like I said, I pulled the quad muscle today, y'all. But it was for y'all. It's for my peoples, man. So, say what needs to be said, baby. Say what needs to be said. What y'all saying in the comments? Say what needs to be said. So, I'm going to check back with y'all. Let's see what my schedule is. I got to get my schedule. But I'm going to be back on Monday. So I am not going to miss no more Mondays. But I had to squeeze this in because of, spring. We had the spring break. And I had to use some of my people that was off on spring break. I had to fly a homie from out of town to come in and help put the tape together. That's the homie that pulled the hamstring. Zay Butler. Shout out to Zay Butler. Zay Butler pulled the hamstring today, man. Yeah, appreciate you too, homie. Yeah, dope live, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This Mr. Pick Six, man. This is what I do, man. I'm coming on here to say what needs to be said. We ain't holding back no punches. And that's what we do here, man. Dudes here, man. I'm out. Say what needs to be said. Appreciate y'all. 100.